I'm Bunny.
This is a body pillow.
Yeah, it's it's nice and warm as well because it's right next to the radiator, or was right next to the
beach. Yeah.
Very good beginning to this video.
Mm-hmm.
I am 36 weeks pregnant. I'm
1 week away from full term.
I'm officially 9 months. 1, 2.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
9
yeah.
months now.
So yeah, and I'm due on the 17th of December. I do realize my last pregnancy video was on my 29th week. Yeah, a lot has happened since then. The reason why I got this, like, because I thought, you know, I could survive without it, but then I had extreme, like, hip pain. Like, it felt like my pelvic bones were being compressed or something, and I kept waking up every single hour, and having to turn because of the pain. And
Now, here's the weird thing though. They advise you to limit the pain is to act like your knees are glued together. But something that helps when you're sleeping is to get a pillow like this and put it between your knees to move them apart.
as long as they're parallel. Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that's why we got it. It's not because she has some weird weeaboo fantasy. Though she is going to get a Sora pillowcase.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like a pillowcase with Sora from Kingdom Hearts on it. So.
They have special pregnancy versions that are shaped like a V, and you sort of lay on them with it here, and it goes to both sides, so you don't need to turn over. She just got this one.
I got this one because I wanted to cuddle with my husband. Yeah. I could have afforded the V1, but then I was so surprised how thick this is. Yeah. This takes up a lot of the bed, actually.
Quite a lot, but
yeah.
She has this on one side, and then she uses me on the other side.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Although more often than not, we end up with it between us, and we're sort of cuddling around it like that.
Yeah, this was necessary because having that disturbed sleep, I'm at the best of times not so great of a mood when my sleep is disturbed.
You seemed fine this morning after I passed out during the evening.
Oh yeah, he passed out wow, because he was having like a temper? I don't know. I think the temper.
I was playing a video game and I was up to the final boss, and because I didn't want to wake Bunny up, I just sort of went. But I did that so much that all the blood went to my head and got a massive amount of hypertension. I don't wake back up. And then woke back up and was like, what? No. And then started playing the game again. I actually won after that one, so.
Yeah. I did actually end up waking up because he was still making a lot of noise.
Yeah, a little bit earlier than that, so I made sure I kept the noise down after that. Passed out.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've also been quite hormonal recently. Like I feel like I'm at the point where like there have been times when I felt like I was already sick of this pregnancy, and you know, all this time I felt like I was really patient, I think, but then like I feel like that I just want to get it over with because
you just had a moment where all the frustration just broke, didn't it?
It's I mean, it's really uncomfortable to be pregnant.
I can imagine.
And I just really don't understand how those women on that TV show, I didn't know I was pregnant, didn't know that they were pregnant for the whole time. I'm not sure if they embellished those stories or... I understand that every pregnancy is different, but I would have liked that experience preferably at this moment, at how I'm feeling right now. It's because my body feels very unfamiliar. It's uncomfortable. I mean, my recent baths right now, I've had a hard time leaving the bath because my legs go really numb and it feels uncomfortable. Like, imagine having your foot fall asleep, but your entire leg. So it's...
It happens to me sometimes. My own fault, because I sort of... I put my leg like that, and I put my other one over the top of it, and all the blood just sort of goes...
Yeah, but it's something I'm not used to, and also the discomfort of sleeping. And I remember when we visited my stepdaughter, his daughter, I was I really, really, really wanted to sleep on my tummy because I'm on my tummy sleeper, and then I was thinking, I really miss it. I really miss doing that, but I can't. And even like standing up from sitting down is troublesome, or getting something on the floor. Things that you take for granted, and then you realize it's so much more difficult with 30 extra pounds. Oh, I weighed myself and I'm 131 pounds the last time I weighed myself. So I've gained about 25 to 30 pounds since the beginning.
When you first weighed yourself before you were pregnant, you were 98 pounds, so you gained almost 35.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just like tiny little things that on their own don't seem that bad, but there's so many of them that...
And they're persistent as well. Just keep going. They don't ever go away. It's not like, I don't know, like when you have a broken leg. I've never had a broken leg, so I'm using it as a rough example. Sometimes it hurts more than others. Sometimes it fades and you're okay. With this, it's just constant.
I feel like this is what an old person feels like. When how in TVs...
Oh, my prostate!
Oh, I don't have a prostate, but on TV and movies and cartoons, they're like, oh, my hip, all that stuff. It's like, this is probably what an old person feels like.
Like the chocolate lady.
Yeah. He likes the chocolate lady because I made a post about it on Pixel Judge.
Because of the character from Tekken 7, Josie Rizal, based on a Filipino, what was he, activist or something? Jose Rizal.
Something that's notable to mention, we attended antenatal classes, so 3 of them were like birthing classes, and
about preparing for the birth itself, and then basic aftercare, like washing the baby.
Yeah, and we also had a breastfeeding workshop. Do you think any of it was helpful for you?
It was all helpful. It was pretty much stuff I knew anyway. Although it was always good to keep up with the new research. There's not that much that's changed. They understand the thing about sudden infant death syndrome a lot better now than they used to, and there's actual research to back it up rather than just guessing about what's going on. That was definitely nice to see. It was all stuff that I knew from. It just made sense to me to begin with. I wouldn't quite say common sense, but everything they were telling me to do just sounded like common sense to me. But it was nice to hear it backed up by actual research now, like keeping the baby's head, rather than covering them up at night, keep their head clear, because that's how they regulate the heat. Make sure that they're well ventilated around the head, so that they can get, if they get too cold, you put another blanket on them rather than a headpiece, things like that. Lay them on the back, not the stomach. That one really baffles me, that people think you should put a baby on its
I've
stomach.
seen like really young babies put on their stomachs though.
I've never understood that.
I also got a birthing ball. I've only used it like
You got a gym ball because it was cheaper, but it's the same thing.
The same
it's a big
thing.
plastic thing that you sell.
Yeah. I've used it like maybe 3 times, but I think it does help with the generalized pain, I think. And I have a lot of the stuff I need for the hospital stay, but I haven't actually packed them because I'm a little bit lazy. So I've been extremely fatigued recently, and and today I actually slept twice. So I don't call it a nap because the second time I slept it was 4 hours.
4 hours.
So I don't think that is a nap, because a lot of people would say that 4 hours is a day of sleep for them. So
certainly a significant sleep period.
It's not something I'm very accustomed to. Napping is not something I'm very accustomed to. Like, actually, growing up, napping was discouraged and seen as lazy. So it's very strange, but I realized after I slept the second time that it was quite necessary for me to do so. It helped a lot with my current mood.
How much more lively you are now.
Yeah, I'm usually not like this around this period of time right now.
No, she's usually headbutting me in the dick, telling me it's all my fault.
What?
Well, okay, that
No.
doesn't happen.
Did I say that?
No, but you can certainly understand how a lot of mothers would get to that point.
Have I ever made you feel like you were to blame for?
It takes two to fuck.
So, I mean, I hope I'm not like, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be like that, but yeah, I really need to get my bag, my hospital bag and baby kiwis settled. I'm not really looking forward to like the upcoming health visitor visits and the midwife visits because of my anxiety. I don't know. In this channel, you've probably seen my mental health videos as well, so human interaction is not
the health
really.
visit is supposed to be coming sometime this week. That's the policy they have in this area is they visit during the 36th week. Don't know why. It's just what they do.
Yeah.
Some don't do it until afterwards. Some do it several months before.
I don't have a concrete birth plan, but what I mean by that is I haven't written anything down, but I'm really interested in trying the birthing pool and using Entonox and
maybe the diamorphine.
Maybe the diamorphine if the birthing pool isn't available. I know like a lot of women really like what do you call that, epidural, but I kind of want to know what contractions feel like.
You'll know what they feel like before we get there.
I mean, but then a lot of women say because of their epidural
they don't feel anything.
Yeah, and
so.
it actually takes longer, but then it's a more manageable pain, and
well, yeah, because you don't feel anything. The problem is you don't necessarily know when the contractions are happening, so you might be a bit out of sync with the bibber.
I do have. I would consider myself someone with a very low pain tolerance. I mean, a few nights sometimes I would scream because of a Charlie horse.
They hurt. They really fucking hurt. I have a really high pain tolerance and I've screamed because of them. They hurt a lot. It feels like the muscles being ripped off your bone.
Yeah. So, and he massages them. So he's a really good sport about that he wakes up and...
It is my fault we're in the... Well, it's our fault we're in the situation, but I'm just as responsible, so the least I can do is be supportive and give you snuggles.
So, what do we talked about? We talked about birthing classes, we talked about body pillows, pain in general, having to deal with the weight, being hormonal. Anything else? Oh, well, this has nothing to do with the pregnancy, but one of our cats is missing.
Yeah.
And
there was some fireworks a few days ago.
I'm still, I mean, plus the fact that I'm hormonal, it doesn't make me feel any better that one of our cats is missing. And I know this is the UK and people probably won't try to eat him, but in where I'm from, the Philippines, I've heard at least 2 stories of dogs being kidnapped and then eaten by the neighbors or eaten by somebody, and cats being used as meat in din-dins and things like that. So those sort of thoughts or those experiences I've had are a little bit...
You did do some tarot readings, and your first one said that basically he got spooked, ran away, got lost, calmed down and started moving more and got himself more lost when he was calm. That sounds exactly like our cat. That's the sort of thing he did. What I think is he's just over the other side of those houses. He's gone into somebody's house because he was scared by the fireworks, and he stayed there because they're giving him milk and meat. That's what I think.
The whole loss thing is very interesting because I heard that if your cat is lost or has ran away, the best thing to do is use the litter box that they use and like spread it all around your house. It's probably going to be kind of unpleasant, but it...
So they say because the smell gets into the air. Unfortunately, we don't use a litter box. They do it outside.
So that entire garden should smell like him.
Yeah.
So he must be either really, really far or he's... I I mean, I think it would be a better scenario if someone is actually taking care of him.
I do think he's really close by and he's just run into somebody's house because he was scared and he's staying there because they're giving him milk.
Well, I hope that's the case. Yeah,
So we need to go looking for him.
I'm still anxious about his well-being, and then I've bad memories involving dogs, and my puppy who got lost or taken away, and just unpleasant. Plus, I'm hormonal anyway, so it's not a very good experience right now. I mean, it's not a good experience regardless, but it's not made better with the current situation.
So, having said all that, I think it's time.
Oh yeah, to show my belly. My 36-week-old belly, officially 9 months. So
36 week.
So this is my belly with clothing on, and then this is my belly without.
The size of this belly.
And very interestingly, I haven't really gained any weight in any other place other than the belly.
But you've been eating quite sensibly. You haven't been like stuffing your face with chocolate every 15 seconds or anything like that.
Sensibly. I mean...
Quite sensibly. I didn't say perfectly sensibly. She seems to be leaning this way at the moment. A bit lopsided.
So this is the front part.
Huge belly!
Yeah.
There's the line. When that reaches all the way to the top, it's just going to go like... And then she'll come out and everything will be good.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
And then this is the other side.
With your nipple-looking belly.
So I've gained about 30-ish pounds. And I was so surprised when I got on the scale, because, because this is
very dainty.
I've never been this heavy in my entire life. So 131, maybe 32 by now, because you're supposed to gain a pound a week.
During your early vlog stuff, when you had a puppy fat, you were only about 120 pounds, weren't you? 115.
110.
There you go then. And you're 20 pounds heavier and still look exactly the same apart from this.
So I hope that stays my entire life. I hope when I reach middle age, I just don't balloon and be like.
Like me.
He's not quite middle aged yet, but
only a few years off.
So that is all. And anything you'd like to add?
No, I think we've covered everything.
Okay, I've been Bunny.
Oh, we got the first expansion pack for Joking How to Do That counts.
You're gonna say your smile?
No.
Okay, bye.
Bye, bitches.